think it's. I
To
think
know when to not to
I
follow.
think the young salesperson should be taught. Hey, look, there's no trick, dude. There's no freaking sweet spot of this game. The sweet spot, if there is a sweet spot, it is about creating tremendous volumes of activity, having lots of people to talk to,
So go hitting lots and lots of doors.
or taking lots of phone calls.
Or well, hitting doors, or whether it's call the phone, or doors,
the
right?
sweet spot-
Numbers game, you think?
Without a doubt.
Okay.
But if they know me, rather than me knowing them, if they already know me, then
Right.
then my leverage goes up probably 10x.
Okay. Can you explain that?
Hey, oh, I know you. I saw you in the paper. I saw you on like you get that because people know about the movie, right? So
Right.
so you immediately have some altitude or lift,
Right.
Because people know you. It's not who I know; it's who knows me.
Right.
These guys are already in my office at 9:15 in the morning. I walk in. I'm white. I still have the little green thing. I hide it under
Right.
my. I'll tell you about a deal I bought in Nashville.
Let's hear about it.
So as soon as I saw the deal, and I'm white, and I'm like, guys, hey guys, this is where the sales thing does work, right? So because I only got one audience right now. So I said, hey guys, look, I've been with my best friend. I mean, somebody I'm so dear and close to. I've been with them. I'm in the hospital when the bank is supposed to give me the stamp. He's not doing well. And so as soon as this meeting's over with, I've been with him all night. I'm really worried about him. And when this meeting's over with, I'm going straight back to him. They approved.
And you were telling the truth.
The whole thing was the truth. That's what I always tell the truth. Sometimes you can tell too much of the truth. That would have been stupid for me to say, it's me in the hospital, right? Because they couldn't approve them.
Right.
So I put 350 down. It became 4 million. That's 11 times my money. While I was paid 15%. I was paid like the banks are paying 0.012 today. It was 32 units. So 100 grand makes 120 bucks today. Keeping money in a bank is stupid. Like it's worthless. Like people are investing more money in banks than they do themselves.
What do you think? You have 2 kids, right? So obviously, let's change topics to social media, right? What do you think about, and we use it for business, right? What do you think about it, nowadays for kids and just the whole, everyone's identity wrapped up in what do you think about it? What's your view on it?
I think it's a good thing, man.
Any downside at all? No.
Of course. But the
Expand.
the downside.
Tell me what you really think.
You
You don't want to get in the cage with me, pal.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Would you guys buy a ticket? That's all I want.
That's all he cares about.
Let's go. See, and you think I'm not interested in sales? What am I doing right now? Let's sell it.
Dude, you're like Don King.
Huh? Let's do it.
Dude, listen. Thank you for coming on.
No, thank you for having me, man. Appreciate it.
You're awesome, dude.
Thank you.
And I wish you nothing but the best.
Yeah.
And I actually listen. And if you ever do a 10x conference, I'm in the area.
Only time I was good at sales was when there was urgency on my part. Like I had to sell it. Like I sold furniture. No, I was terrible. I got fired. I was sold clothes. I was fired from that job. And there was one other job. I think it was a refinery job. I lost that job. I lost 6 jobs. But the only time that I ever sold anything successfully was a bunch of fish that we had caught, redfish, red snappers. They caught hundreds and hundreds of them. And I was
Caught yourself.
I was on a supply boat
Okay.
out in New Orleans, Louisiana, off the coast. I was doing 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and I was helping the cook. That was my job. And on the way home, when we came in, like 8 days later, I stopped door to door.
Okay.
Like people are on Instagram talking about blah blah blah. I got blah blah blah, and then they go to a website. They shouldn't be going to a website. They should be going to a landing page, and there should be one choice there, with 2 possible options at most.
Would you say you're a better salesman or marketer?
I'd say I'm a better businessman.
Better business. Which of the 2, sales to marketing? What do you think about those 2?
I'm a better businessman.
Better businessman,
Yeah,
entrepreneur.
I'm not thinking about no. I'm thinking about being a businessman. There's a
so
lot of
define-
entrepreneurs out there.
explain that to
Okay,
me.
so an entrepreneur, by definition, is not what most people are doing right now. Like they're just calling themselves entrepreneurs. Second event was 10,000 people at Mandalay Bay. That took about 10 months to market. Very, very financially successful.
What type
The
of speakers
third
are
one,
they?
can I
What
finish?
type of speakers, though? What do they teach?
The third event had 34,290 people at it. 34,000.
And where was that event?
Marlins Stadium. He gave inspiration. Typically, it's partnerships that we have with people that we're working with other guys, and we want to kind of show this audience a specific thing that we want to do. But I got guys that want me to do local, smaller events. The next one is February,
Where?
Mandalay Bay. We're going
Okay.
back there. Small.
How small is
13,000.
13,000? Small.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really more like I want it to be more like a concert, and where there's artists and business, coming together where people feel good. But yeah, I had a drug problem.
When did you really sell? Was it a car? What was it like? That
I sold automobiles when I was 25.
When did you really like snap in? There's obviously a way that you sell, right? Is there a strategy, or no? It's just hard. It's mostly hard work, you think, or there's a strategy? You have a lot of stuff you teach. Is strategy?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But
So
there's no strategy that works without somebody to talk to.
Right. So what's beyond
The ultimate?
that? Though? What's the
ultimate? Like I've been teaching strategy for 20 years. But again, like if people would just spend time on the funnel, on the traffic, on the opportunity, on
the
getting
marketing,
known,
on the marketing side of the equation.
It is the holy grail. Like look around, man. Look, you don't go to Amazon and have anybody sell anything to you. It's the funnel. It's the traffic. So I made that mistake of thinking I'm going to be great at what I say to them. I'm going to close the deal.
Right. The best strategy you think for them, if you were a guy with money, would you say give the money to you and invest it because you just do better than they will? Is that probably their best bet? Or to do it themselves? What do you think?
I would.
Seriously.
Well, totally. I mean,
And that's where you know. It seems like that's you think.
I'll tell you, a guy that works
this,
for me, Ron Secco. Ron Secco's he found me on YouTube. He was a pilot for United Airlines.
Okay.
Quit his job, came to work for me, making cold calls.
Right.
I said, dude, look, you're never fucking gonna be any good. Okay. I mean, it's impossible in your lifetime.
As a salesperson,
he's too friendly, right? So at that point, we had to remove him, right? Like he had the.
What should a young old
real estate? Okay, so
tell me, what should someone do? Well, how much
you should look?
Is there a certain amount of money you need to have to invest in real estate?
Okay, so because there's a lot of So look, if you don't have any money, you should be doing flips, but you only should do flips and wholesales until you have money.
Define a flip.
Define a flip. I find a place. He wants to sell it. I tell him I got a buyer for it. I've never done this. This is not my space, but I know guys that teach this successfully. And then I put a contract on that and then go out to the marketplace and sell that and pick up the spread between what we contracted and what it's worth, what somebody else will pay for it. Okay. Or flip could be, hey, I find a piece of property, I buy
Not
it.
as many as me. Yeah. Well, maybe it was. I don't know. Well,
any drug.
Yeah, me too. So,
Terrible. The thing about drugs, you guys out there that are experimenting, like, they're just awful, dude.
Yeah.
Because the way you feel,
it almost destroyed my life. I mean,
the way you feel about yourself is terrible while you're doing it.
So it's interesting because the thing with drugs is when you're doing it, you think you can't exist without it. It's bizarre almost. Like I look back, I'm sober for many, many years, right? I'm sober for over 20 years, right?
Yeah.
But when I was doing it, I convinced myself that everyone else was on drugs. Like, how could you live without it? It's like this bizarre.
Yeah. I knew everybody else wasn't on it.
I thought I literally I deluded myself
Yeah.
into like, they all gotta be. How could you be this wealthy and this? You have to be on drugs to move through the world, right?
Every real estate deal that I'm involved in requires sales.
Okay.
Buying a piece of real estate requires sales.
Right.
So I'm in Houston, Texas. We go over there. We had a list of 17 properties to look at. Here's a guy we do sales training for right now. So 17 properties we look at. None of them were right for me. They were all for sale. We drive up on this property called Woodway Square. It's right by Whole Foods. We stop for Whole Foods.
Bigger, same thing and bigger, or something else.
5 years from now?
Same thing and bigger, or something completely different.
No. I'll just say. I mean, I don't stop doing what I'm doing. Like I wouldn't. All the lines that we have in the water right now, they're working. So I'm not going to pull those up.
So when you actually sign up for this, you get a free guide here, 7 key strategies, to grow your profits at netsuite.com/wolf. So go to netsuite.com/wolf and you're going to get this free guide of how to make more money from Oracle. It's Larry Ellison. The guy knows how to make. I think he's like the 3rd or 4th richest guy in the world. All right. That's the company you're doing business with.